Hi everyone, this is Dr. Herzog with LeBauer Physical Therapy here today to talk to you about the top 6 signs that you are suffering from a pelvic floor or core problem that can easily be fixed. So before I go ahead and start this, go ahead and click the like button or subscribe, or go ahead and share this video with a friend who you think might benefit. So we recently just released a checklist. The top 6 signs that you are suffering from a pelvic floor or core problem. And we're just going to go over and do like a little mini series and go over each bullet point in a separate video. So today is going to be the first sign that you are suffering from a pelvic floor or core problem. So bullet point number 1 is that you leak when you sneeze, laugh, run, cough, pick up your kid, or you feel the need to wear a pad when you work out. So a lot of the ladies we work with have this problem. So some of them are mothers, some aren't mothers, some are high-level athletes that are squatting, deadlifting, 200, 300 pound. Other people are new moms that just go to pick up their kid or laugh, and they notice some leakage. So a lot of the times these moms are told that this is completely normal, it's fine, you're just gonna have to deal with it. So that's what a lot of people tell moms. They're like, oh, it's because you're a mom, you're gonna leak, deal with it, it's fine. And then on the other end of the spectrum, in the lifting world, a lot of the times people just kind of cover it up and they joke about it. So they'll just, post videos of them peeing on the platform and they're just like, oh, it's just because I'm strong, it's fine. I lifted so heavy that I peed when I lifted. And it kind of becomes like a bragging little right, or people just kind of cover it up by making light of it, joking about it, and that's how they deal with it. But I'm here to tell you that yes, although it's common, it is not normal. And there's a couple different reasons that it could be going on. So a lot of the times people think that incontinence or peeing is just due to pelvic floor weakness. And sometimes that's the case. So usually that's the case with our newer moms, because having a child is traumatic. Your body undergoes a lot of stress, a lot of trauma. It is hard on your pelvic floor. So a lot of the times our newer moms, that is truly the case where there's some pelvic floor weakness and we just need to help you build that back up. But a lot of times in our higher level athletes, they have a lot of pelvic floor tightness, which then causes weakness, because essentially our muscles, a muscle contraction, your muscle needs to be able to lengthen to be able to fully contract. So in a lot of our athletes, if they're tight, they can only lengthen so much, and that leaves less room for them to contract. Less room to contract means less power produced. So the good news is that both pelvic floor weakness and pelvic floor tightness can be addressed through physical therapy. So some of the things that physical therapy can help you work on is 1, loosening up those muscles. So we can do this a lot of different ways through relaxation techniques and external PT. So external massage can also help with that, because a lot of the time, since our pelvic floor is so close to our hips and core, a lot of the times if your hips are tight, your pelvic floor is going to be tight to compensate. So a lot of the times with our athletes, we'll help them focus on loosening up their hips and gaining better hip control, which then automatically helps the pelvic floor relax, because when your hips are producing their full power, your pelvic floor doesn't tighten up to compensate. So just by working on that hip and pelvic floor relationship, it can help a lot with that tightness. The other thing physical therapy can help you work on is your pelvic floor strength. So a lot of the times people just think, oh, I'll just do Kegels and I'll be fine. But sometimes Kegels aren't always the answer. We have people coming in that they aren't doing the technique of their Kegel right, or they don't have the proper reps and sets for their goal. So I've seen a lot of people just say, oh, I do 10 Kegels a day and that's fine. Well, yeah, that's great, but if you need to work on endurance, so a lot of the folks that we have when they laugh, I've had a patient who she would avoid watching comedy because she knew that if she laughed for more than 30 seconds or a minute, she would have an accident. So we had to work on her pelvic floor endurance. So she was someone who was only doing 10 reps a day, but she really needed that endurance component to be able to laugh for a couple minutes at a time during a comedy show. So that is one component. that PT can help you with is making sure that your pelvic floor strengthening routine is tailored to your needs and tailored to your goals. Lastly, PT can also help with coordination of muscles. So a lot of times people have leakage when they run or squat or jump, is essentially because their pelvic floor and their core aren't communicating well together. So what that means is essentially, I tell people that their muscles have to be like a football or a soccer team. So each player or each muscle has to be strong on its own, but they also need to be able to coordinate and communicate well together to make movement happen well together or to prevent accidents. So a lot of the times in PT with our folks who have accidents when they're running, jumping, or doing plyometrics, is we will work on the co-contraction of the diaphragm, the pelvic floor, and the hip and core to make sure that they can all communicate well together to make that jumping movement happen without an accident. So if this was helpful, go ahead and click the like button. If this is something that you struggle with personally and you find yourself wanting more information or needing help with, go ahead and click the link in our bio to go to our website. We're offering free total body diagnostics. So what that is essentially a 20-minute no-cost obligation appointment between one of our doctors of PT and you. It's a chance for you guys to talk about your goals. The PT will tell you what your problem is and what you can do to reach your goals. So if that's something that you are interested in, go ahead and click the link in our bio for more information. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video with a friend. Thanks.